when 9/11 happened in New York City, I was 8 years old, 7 years old. And from that moment on, I was taught that Muslims are terrorists. I was indoctrinated. Anytime you saw someone, with a brother or a man with a beard or a sister in an abaya, it was a sense of fear that was instilled in us. And now I think back like, wow, it's so crazy how so many people in the West really believe that. My name is Adriana. I'm 37 years old. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I have 3 children, and they are 18, 13, and 10. Growing up, I was raised as a Pentecostal, and we went to church about 3 times a week, Monday, Thursday, and Sundays. Sometimes I was kind of forced to go, even though I didn't want to go. So it became a little bit of a struggle as I got older with my family because I distanced myself. My early teenage years, which I began to question my faith, I stopped going to church and I stopped kind of relating myself to be a Christian. From 16 all the way till I was about 36, which was last year, I believed in God, but I did not believe in a religion. After I became a mother and I had children, it really started to sink into me to want to learn more about God and the truth of who He is and how can I get close to Him. It wasn't until October 7th of 2023 that I took heed to Islam. On October 7th, when I began to watch a genocide unfold on my phone, I'm across the world, I can't do anything about it. And I'm used to war, where, I'm in the West, I'm in America, and I don't deal with any of that stuff. I have been seeing wars going on my whole life, and it never affected me like this. It wasn't until I saw the mothers of Gaza holding their children while still asking God for forgiveness that I had to question why. I began to feel survivor's guilt. I would hold my own children in my arms. And I began to question, what is Islam? Why are Muslims so devoted to Allah? And at that point, I prayed as what I knew at the time, how I prayed, to please guide me into, I wanted to know more. And I began searching, and an overwhelming sense of curiosity came upon me, to the sense that I spent 2 days trying to find a Quran, and I began to read, and I began to watch videos on YouTube, and I began to listen to podcasts. I immediately became friends with a Muslim sister. And I want to say about 30 days later, on November 15th, I took my Shahada. It wasn't until I read Surah Al-Baqarah that I realized these are the answers that I have been asking and I've been searching for. I almost felt like I was lied to, and then somebody just magically gave me the truth. At that point, then I understood why the mothers and why the people of Palestine had such resilience in them. And I learned about what Jannah is and the promises that Allah provides and gives us. So I'm just super grateful to be here. I'm so proud to be a Muslim today. When 9/11 happened in New York City, I was 7 years old. And from that moment on, I was taught that Muslims are terrorists. I was indoctrinated. Anytime you saw someone, with a brother or a man with a beard or a sister in an abaya, it was a sense of fear that was instilled in us. And now I think back like, wow, it's so crazy how so many people in the West really believe that about the Muslims. But when I became Muslim, that feeling went away. I have so much family now. I have such a big community. I need something I can call on and they're there in seconds. They have my back. Alhamdulillah for that. And that has also drew me closer to the deen as well. Just seeing the level of love and affection that people have, and not even just people, the Muslims have for people. And that's the definition of doing something for the sake of God, doing something for the sake of Allah. I love you for the sake of Allah. I'm just very grateful that I finally found a sense of peace, and my heart feels whole now than it did my entire life.
Bakır zaman içerisinde oksitlenir. Oksidi onun yaşını gösteren bir emaridir. O yaşlandırmayı da doğal yollarla becerebiliyorsanız o zaman işi düzgün yapmış oluyorsunuz ya. Allah Muhammed el Kur'an-ı Kerim.
I came to Istanbul to learn more about Islam and to be able to deepen my connection with Allah and learn more about my deen.
MashaAllah, Sister Adriana, nice to meet you. So yeah, it's a lifelong journey, for everyone. They have their own path, and it's a very unique experience, and especially as you coming from the West.
Being from the West, we kind of prioritize success and wisdom, and learning about Islam, I learned that it's more spiritual and intentional, and it carries a lot of mercy. Here, I can really see that there's a lot of morality that's carried within the Muslim community.
You're right in what you said. There's a hadith of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, where he said that I only came to perfect human character. So everything that you see people doing, whether it is praying or fasting, charity, pilgrimage, all of these things, they all boil down to perfecting human character and bringing the best out of their innate predisposition, which in Arabic we call fitra. Even Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that smiling is charity. So that's why in Islam we believe that piety is also balanced with righteousness, with being a moral person, being someone who is helping and also providing and contributing towards society. So this is what Islam eventually is supposed to lead you. That's what your fitra is inclined towards, and Islam sort of brings that out. So that's why it becomes, you could say, an issue for forces of evil.